Previous videos in this series have focused on building knowledge and skills to use in the classroom in order to build and nurture safe relationships with students, teach and reinforce positive student behaviors, and support students to better regulate difficult emotions. However, all teachers experience times when they or their students become very agitated. This video will focus on strategies to help your students and you return to a calm state when behaviors have escalated. Please remember to follow your district protocols when a student's behavior puts themselves or others in physical danger. Recall that high levels of stress or agitation can cause our survival brain to hijack our thinking brain. This can look like a tantrum, cursing, flipping desks, eloping, throwing objects, screaming, or physical or verbal aggression. Alternatively, it can look like withdrawal or detachment. For trauma-impacted students, events that occurred in the past can feel as though they are happening right now when triggered. The body, without thought or warning, fights, runs, or freezes as a survival mechanism. Today we will discuss 3 guiding principles to help restore safety and calm when behaviors have escalated. Regulate, relate, and reason. The regulate and relate principles work in tandem when the student is in distress, while the last principle, reason, supports our work with the student once calm has been restored. Principles 1 and 2, regulate and relate. Here are some suggested approaches if a student is agitated or very upset, but there is no immediate danger. Before you engage with a student who is in distress, take a moment to notice your own mental and emotional state. Take a deep breath or a drink of water to help regulate yourself first. Next, think through the structural accommodations or environmental modifications you could make to the student's surroundings to reduce their anxiety. These could include guiding the student to a more private space, noticing if you or other students are too close and adjusting accordingly, removing triggering stimuli, allowing the student to cover their face, ears, eyes, or provide them a sheltered space in the classroom, offering the student a sensory object, providing permission for the student to move. Remember that escalated behaviors are communicating a distressed brain state, and appropriate language and rational thought are impossible for a brain under acute stress. Students who are very agitated should not be asked to communicate verbally or to explain themselves. They will not be able to provide a meaningful apology, a rationale for their behaviors, or plan for next time in this moment. Instead, remind the student that you are a safe and trustworthy adult, and that you are there to provide support. You can do this by speaking calmly and respectfully. Provide encouragement and support by saying things like, "I know we can get calm together. I'm here to help you." Or by using short sentences and easy instructions to encourage the student's self-regulation, saying things like,
all right, you're just gonna breathe with me, okay? Ready? In, 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Again, in, and out.
Or by trying to distract the student with a sensory object. Say something like,
sometimes when I'm stressed, playing with this toy helps. Do you wanna give it a try?
Finally, be mindful of your body language. Make eye contact and get down to the distressed student's level so as not to seem threatening. Remember that adults can easily further agitate a distressed student. You may feel compelled to correct or scold the student, to provide immediate consequences, or to control them with your voice or presence. These behaviors will likely only make the situation worse. Avoid verbal reprimands, touching the student, cornering them, shouting at them, and threatening them. Instead, let the student know through your words and actions that you care about them. Holding the student accountable comes later, long after they have regained control and can process what has happened. Principle 3, reason. The next guiding principle happens much later, when the student's behaviors are communicating a calm brain state. If we move too quickly to reason, we risk immediately returning a student to a distressed state. At this stage, the focus should be on relational repair. If consequences are necessary, they should be instituted to promote student growth and restore safety, rather than as a punishment. This is also an opportunity to revisit strategies to use when problems arise again. Ideally, find a time to speak with the student one-on-one during a moment when you can focus on the child without multitasking. Your conversation should include the following elements. Reframe negative behavior as a growth opportunity. Reinforce the student's ability to succeed in making positive change by praising the student for any progress you notice, no matter how small. Say something like,
"Okay, so I know it took you a long time to calm down, but you eventually did it. I saw you doing your breathing exercises."
Continue to relate to the student, empathize with them, and remind them of your commitment to them. Say something like,
"So hard feelings happen for everyone, including myself, and they're going to keep happening. So maybe we can help each other prepare for them next time."
Review the strategies used by asking, "What do you think worked for you yesterday?" And consider the need for new strategies.
"Is there anything you think you need to practice more so you can use it?"
Discuss plans to use those strategies when this happens again, saying something like,
"Next time, is there anything that you want me to know or anything that I can do so that I can help?"
And celebrate healthy insights and change. Tell your student,
"You're taking important steps, and I'm really proud of you."
provide opportunities for positive community interactions and support. Focus any consequences on repair rather than punishment.
When it was happening in front of all of your classmates. Is there anything now that you think I can do to make sure that you and your classmates feel normal again?
Finally, foster hope. Help the student create a positive vision for their future.
If we keep practicing these strategies together, you'll be able to stay in control without the help of any adults, but I'm still here if you need me.
As you work to help students through difficult moments, know that change is slow and incremental. You may not notice the small gains that students are making, and it may feel like it is taking a very long time for students to learn and use new skills. But please persist. Persist in creating safe contexts for students. Persist in fostering and encouraging safe relationships. Persist in proactively practicing and reactively using regulation and de-escalation strategies with your students. Persist in being hopeful that things will get better. Helping students to manage stress is perhaps the greatest gift you can give them as a teacher.